the floor that we put under people before they go to university, the standards we expect from young people, particularly who go to university, whether they should have GCSEs, whether they should have A-levels. I'm really thrilled about this. I'm going to be talking to Catherine Burble-Singh, the head teacher at the Michaela School, who's done amazing things there by being, in quotes, the strictest head teacher in Britain. But what do you make of this idea that people are going to university in their thousands with 2 E's at A-level and with no GCSE in Maths or English?
Yeah, I can't quite work out if it's the media that's peddling how it's been delivered in terms of what the policy is. Because, I think there's concentration on, if you don't get Maths and English, you can't go to uni. And when you actually read around the policy, it's more about encouraging young people to look at alternative routes to success. So like apprenticeship, so on and so forth. But in terms of this whole notion of you have to have Maths and English, I think we actually need to look at Maths in schools anyway. A lot of it is redundant. Pythagoras theorem, I don't use that or look at that when I'm getting a job. And for me personally, I've got an undergraduate and a postgraduate. I've got 2 degrees and I got an E in Maths. So I'm testament that you can be successful and you don't have to have A to C, because that's not the route to success always.
Lynn, 15 minutes ago we had a guest on who was saying, look, if you're doing a jewellery course at university, you don't need a Maths and an English GCSE.
I think some people would
say, why is jewellery happening at university? Because there's another conversation here about what university is for. And, if you're a working class lad who goes to university, I remember being really disappointed getting to university and finding out that a lot of my more middle-class contemporaries, it was a bit of a DOS, it was a bit of a dodge. I'd worked really hard to get to university. I was expecting people to be sitting around cross-legged discussing Sartre and all that pretentious guff that actually they weren't doing. My point is this, that if you let anybody in, it stops being an elite institution. I know that word's sort of, people have that uncomfortable associations, but I mean it in the best sense, that you want your brightest and your best to be learning from each other.
No, I do agree with that. Completely. I do think that degrees has lost its kudos, and then if so many people have degrees, it's going to become redundant in terms of being able to use them.
Jewellery or a technical college?
Yeah, but I think, again, the message is wrong. I think people need to look at why they're going to uni, what they're studying. Like fine arts, it's a waste of resources. But at the same time, you saying your middle-class peers, again, the message is about the loan. So those who don't pass English and Maths will not be able to get the student loan. But what about those who can afford it? Their parents are going to say, off you pop, we can afford it. It doesn't matter if you can't get a loan. And it's going to disadvantage all those who actually don't have access to finances.
I'm not sure it would. It's a lot of money. It becomes a lot of money then. If you're paying, because already those middle-class parents who are sometimes criticised but actually slaving away to try and put the money together to pay for the accommodation for their child and then be expected to come up with 9,250 quid for tuition fees, actually I think a lot of parents would say, do you know what? Maybe it's an apprenticeship. We'll come back to this, Lynn.